entire galaxy. But at this stage, I will require more samples to offer more insight. Summary. The smugglers employed the services of a Magos to analyze Xenos relics for him. Based on his research on a Fabricatus artifact, he assumed that this long-extinct race must have discovered the remains of a Necron technology millions of years ago and tried to reverse engineer it.
Still no data on the location of the person of interest. Located an infotone tagged Fabricatus and Requillery, though.
That unique term again. What could you find out about them?
Data serfs recently finished combing through the material. Warning, 99.9% speculation.
Give me a summary.
The Fabricatus were a Xenos race, confined to the Caligari sector. Extinct for several millions of standard years. Hypothesis, based on Fabricatus archaeofragments. These Xenos tried to adapt Necron technology, with no significant result.
And suddenly combat. Oh, there's a treasure chest over here. Okay, green. It's okay to hit green. Alright, so there's red ones that are lit up. So these ones are okay to hit. Those, I think, are the bad ones. But then the little red ones amplify the explosion. Okay. Oh, it's so much scarier when you're melee. Fun fact, Necron technology is so advanced it's basically in the 40k universe magic. What do I know? Okay, so from the videos I watched today, I know that the Necrons wanted to be immortal. Oh god. But then they were tricked by this, this guy gave them, this being gave them immortality, but it basically tricked them. And then they were forced to serve them for a time. And then they attacked this other race. And then later on, they got free from the being that basically, you know, tricked them and took control of them. God dang it. Well, that's a real death. I'm trying to freaking remember the story. It's like they asked God 1, can you make us immortal? And he's like, no. And so they're like, well, fine, we attack God 1. And they waged a war on him. And then they're fighting. And then God 2 shows up. And they're like, hey, God 2, you make us immortal and help us fight God 1. He's like, yeah, sure, I hate that guy. So he makes him immortal. And then they all start fighting. And then it was a trick so that God 2 could take control of their race and turn them into Necrons. They did get immortality, but they were slaves. And then he used them to fight God 1. Now, God 1 is getting his butt kicked, and God 1 makes the Orcs and the Eldar to try to fight back. But it's not really working out. They eventually defeat God 1, but, you know, Eldar and Orcs are now a thing. And then the God 2 starts letting his guard down, and then the Necrons break free of his control, and then they enslave God 2, and they basically got him in, like, a container. And they're using him as just like a battery. And they are in control of themselves now. That's what all I learned today.
Teleport beacon in range. I'm attempting to placate this ancient machine.
I'm trying to remember what the Necrons are up to, other than just being another fighting force in the galaxy that is immortal. Not invincible, mind you, just immortal. Like, they don't die of old age. I'm trying to remember any other information about the Necrons. My research has reached the stage where it requires my most devoted attention. I trust temporarily abandon the supervision of the trade in Xenos relit and leave these imbecile deserters in charge, which is not a decision I make lightly. What else could I do, though? The research on the synaptic pseudo-generator unit has clearly reached the stage where it requires thorough field tests and Xenos subjects. I have chosen Dvoragov to set up my laboratory in one of the sanctums we use with Team Sigma, working under the command of the generator extremists after the quarantine protocols were initiated. I will not make the same mistakes as the weak-minded Magos in charge and intend to conduct my experiments from the safety of the underground vault.
Encrypted business transaction and financial correspondence analyzed between local subjects and a person with the name tag Savant. Astra Telepathica codes identify the system and the world where the messages originated.
Then we have what we were looking for. It's time to pay a visit to this Savant.
Be prepared for anything, Inquisitor. The Savant has a fearsome reputation in my circles.
Hopefully the agents of the Ordos have a similar reputation in your circles.
Still in combat. Compliance here. Mankind are good guys? No, the video I watched basically said that everyone's evil. But it did say that I think they're called the Tau. The Tau were the closest thing to not evil. And that a lot of players didn't like them because they were boring. Okay, mission completed. Oh man, I hate that I had an actual death there because those freaking barrels. Makes me feel like I need to switch back to a proper ranged weapon so I can take those things out. Since I can't. Okay. Am I still happy with all this stuff? I think I am. Yeah, those are all maxed out still. So we're kind of committing to that fighting style now.
Did you verify the coordinates we had for that mysterious Savant?
I did, Inquisitor. It is on Dvoragov. A
Dvoragov.
quarantine world still infested by tyrannids, which could spell trouble. Speaking of trouble, there is also an astropathic transmission for you from an Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus.
I'm Inquisitor Corax, a demon
He's
hunter
new.
of the Ordo Malleus, and I require your immediate attention. We need your assistance in a most important matter. Find me on my stronghold in the Ventus system. Corax out.
Change of plans, Inquisitor?
No. If you ask me, the Demon Hunters are a secretive branch of the Inquisition, with an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Korax can wait. I must find the Savant first.
Are the Inquisitors like Super Space Marines? Okay, so my understanding for the Inquisitors is that they have the highest levels of control, like in the command structure for humanity, other than the Emperor himself, which is basically on life support right now. So like an Inquisitor can come by any human and say, I'm commandeering your life to help me with this mission, and you have to obey. Or they can just shoot you down. Also, the Inquisitors are the only people that can say that they are going to do exterminatus on a planet, which basically means destroy the planet or destroy all life on the planet. Only an Inquisitor can make that call. But from what I understood, it's a call they don't use often because they would rather, of course, take over the world for the resources and stuff like that. But if they feel like there would be too much loss of resources to taking a world, then they'd rather just destroy the enemy on the world. Yeah. Okay. All right. We've not looked at gear in a while. Let me see what we got. Yeah, I don't think I really need any of this. All right. Salvage purples. And let's look at crafting. Or crafting. What's a refractor field? Force field. Frag, no. Personal void shield, no. Plasma calver, alpha, maybe? Maybe. Let's try it. And all 3 stats I don't really need. I mean, I guess I could have it in my other weapon set that I pretty much never use just for shooting barrels. That'd be my shooting barrel weapon set. So let me get that set up. It doesn't have to replace it all the time. Okay, looks like it's fine. Alrighty. That should be good. Alright, next location. The Emperor has 3 groups directly under him: the Radical Power, High Lords of Terror, the Custodies, and the Inquisition. Inquisitors are less fighty, more politic. They have a lot of authority at the best of the people I mentioned, but they're just people. Primarchs are Primarchs. They get really good benefits: 3-week vacation, medical, dental, and vision, cool outfits, and permission to kill planets. The hunt for the Savant led me to a quarantine world, which I consider a strange choice for a potential hideout. My greatest concern is that the coordinates I found indicate my target zone is the void port of one of the Hive cities. Now I need to find a secret hideout in a desolate industrial district that has been closed off for a reason. Probably I will soon know why. Tyrannid. Reminds me of the giant city in Star Wars again.
Tech Priest, a logical first step would be to access the data vault of the port to find that hideout.
Correct. As per the decree of tech preservation, the maintenance of our sacred data vaults is a priority, even on temporarily uninhabitable worlds.
First, I need to find a cogitator to access the port data vault.
Filing personal addendum. Your initiative is commendable for someone not wholly indoctrinated into the ways of the cult Mechanicus.
Yeah, my guy's story is he, like, I don't know, started to join the Tech Adepts. That's why he's, you know, he's got all the weird appendages and stuff. And then he was like, I'm gonna be an Inquisitor or something. I don't know. So you kind of get the perks of both. I think they just needed some kind of excuse to, oh shoot, poison gas, to put the robot guy into the story.
These Xenos are truly of light on this subsect.
I hope this shuts off the poison gas.
Considering the adaptability of this race, the phenomenon is completely explicable.
I'm much more interested in why anyone would choose a Tyrannid-infested city as a hideout.
Consider the Xenos presence as a defensive system.
Oh, those things have some health. Ooh. Coruscant? Yeah. Coruscant. That's exactly the one I was thinking of. Is this gas control again? Yes, it is.
Accessing the sacred mechanism now.
Breaching the data vault has failed. You need to power up the auxiliary mainframe.
Send me the coordinates to that mainframe.
Okay. Now we know why there was this bridge.
Those are definitely Blessed Adeptus Mechanicus automata. This warrants an inquiry.
Trying to click on the clue. Summary. Trying to contain the Xenos threat currently infesting Voidport MXVIII as per your orders. Operation unsuccessful. Bioscanners failed to show the large number of organisms hiding in the service tunnels of the port. Testing phase abandoned. Losses significant. 87% of constructs and human retinue eliminated. Current status situation critical.
This is interesting. This retinue was working for a techno-archaeologist. It could be the savant we seek.
I presume the contingent was trying to eradicate the local Tyrannid threat.
Quite the contrary. They were trying to gain control of the Xenos population.
I keep an open mind, but even I find that idea hard to swallow. On another note, the data slate contains location tags for their home base.
Where is it?
We have no information as yet. The tech priest is working on it.
Fun thing about Mechanicus cult is that they pray the machine god on Mars, that some think it could be a Necron being. Don't know if they retconned it the recent years. Didn't hear anything on that. I heard that they believe that there's like a spirit in all machines. Like, you want your gun to work, you pray for your gun. You do chanting over your gun, you worship your gun, and then your gun will serve you. Like, stuff like that. They think that all machines, down to a pistol, have like a spirit in it. And that spirit is, what do they call it? The Omnissiah, I think it was. Like, that thing is what they worship instead of the Emperor. Which is total heresy, but everyone puts up with it because the Adeptus Mechanicus makes all the tanks and the guns for the entire Empire. So it's kind of hard to call them out for being heretical and, you know, fight them when they make all your weapons. So they're the only people we put up with their heresy. Getting close to that purple marker, whatever it is. And then I sharply get turned off to the side. Does the other path lead to it? Ooh, I can run past him and turn those guns on. Ah ha ha ha. Lost one bot, respawning them. I'm remembering my Psychers build where he had fire around him at all times. Running past these barrels would probably kill me multiple times, and then I would just be like, oh my god, and turn it off. It was one of his passive things.
Access the auxiliary mainframe, Inquisitor.
I'm working on it. In case you hadn't noticed, I've run into some resistance.
The altercation has definitely been noticed and recorded for potential post-mortem evaluation.
He's just like, yeah, I think you're probably gonna die, but I'm ready to study it. Post-mortem evaluation. Man, this level is a bit of a labyrinth. Like, it keeps making me think I'm like almost to the objective, and then you go like way around.
There's an incoming transmission.
An attempt to communicate. Good. My target must be getting nervous.
You have entered Research Zone 17.
Oh, he's got a nice hat.
Trespassing is strictly prohibited. You must leave immediately.
You must be the savant. I am an agent of the Holy Orders, and I have questions for you.
I only answer to the machine god, Inquisitor. The work I'm doing here is of paramount importance. We must be prepared for the return of the High Fleet.
This is treachery, and you will pay for your insolence.
I don't think so. But I hope you don't mind participating in a little experiment first.
What's he about to yeet at me?
Careful, Inquisitor. The Void port defense systems have been activated.
That treacherous savant has control over the entire system. He's trying to stop it.
At least you don't need any more proof that you are on the right track.
How do you access Living World Season 1 stuff? If you just go to your journal and click on Living World Season 1, you can start it. And then I think you get a mail and you have to read the mail. Are you liking Summoner style or one shot better? The Psyker was definitely faster. This to me is far more engaging and interesting. There was so much more customization. Like every little bot has parts to it you can customize. So this is funner for me. The Psyker was cool and all, but I honestly felt like I had cheat codes turned on. I just walked around and everything died.
Activation sounds initialized.
Oh, it sounds like I just activated turrets in the next room. Sweet. Oh god. Explodey bridge. Okay. I didn't want to shoot the barrel while all my minions were on it and just kill them all, so I was trying to get them to come back. There's no come back here button for the pets in this. Oof. I'm scared. There we go. Mission log. Destination Orogrov Hive. Examination of the designated Fabricatus excavation site. We have initiated the alpha phase of the excavation protocols in Zone A3 Theta on FLZ 672, and even the earliest findings seem to prove that the current Xenorite theories concerning the Fabricatus race might be fundamentally mistaken. These ruins are clearly enigmas. Preliminary scans indicate that the structures were erected millions of years ago, but the mysterious material components continue to defy explanation as how any artificial material could have survived for eons. Our probes have produced unclear results, and the function of these ruins is still shrouded in mystery. I should also add that I find these ruins profoundly strange. Missing segment. My current theory poses the possibility that these structures used to be colossal machines, rather than simple buildings, as the dominant Xenorite theory stipulates. Certain symbols and etchings on the metallic surfaces remind me of the artifacts we found during my first Xenorite expedition into the heart of the void in the Theta Cluster, where my expedition perished by the metal cocoons of unidentified Xenos origin. They bore very similar symbols, throbbing like living hearts and drifting among the debris in the asteroid field. I will update my log as the excavation progresses. Praise the Omnisaya. Okay. It looks like when they shoot those, I think those are called, that's phosphorus. It's horizontal. Like when you need to shoot down, they don't shoot down, they just shoot straight out. Makes me glad that I've got a mixture of melee and ranged troops right now. Looks like I've gotten all the purple markers. I think that means I finished the side quest. Mug, 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 mug. Snake, 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 snake! Ah, getting caught on things. Is this a savant?
What is this unauthorized deployment, Tech Priest?
Displaying necessary initiative. Accessing the mainframe requires
Oh, this is our
knowledge
tech
of Tier
priest.
4 administrative charts.
Are you suggesting that I lack the necessary skills?
Negative. The number of incoming bioforms requires your undivided attention. Hence, you cannot run the crypto litanies at the same time.
That is logical. I will defend the area while you complete the process.
I like how he was ready to be offended, and he's like, yeah, okay, that makes
For
sense.
your information, Inquisitor, I will record your combat for further analysis.
A minefield.
First, I found your
Alright,
intrusion
slam this down
awesome,
right here.
But I realize that your presence here grants me the opportunity to study the combat patterns of the Tyranids more thoroughly. You are doing the work of the Omnissiah.
There's that Omnissiah mentioned again. I'm looking at the red dots on the mini-map to see where they show up. They're visible on the map long before they're visible to me. Refractor
A new
field.
wave of Tyranids is approaching.
Tarantula
Stay alert,
turret.
Inquisitor.
Slam down 2 of those.
I have spent decades working on my synaptic pseudo generator unit, but it was a failure. I set out to build a device that could control the Tyranids, and it was deemed impossible. But I can't give up on my vision yet.
What's the name of this race in Warhammer? My guy is a human, but he's a human that turned into a techno priest. The faction is called Adeptus Mechanicus. They basically worship machines. And they love to replace their body parts with machinery. Part of their, what was their thing? They like, part of their whole shtick is that flesh is weak, but steel is forever.
The bioscanners indicate another wave of Tyranids, Inquisitor.
The Borg? Similar, but they don't have like a hive mind.
It's getting frustrating, Inquisitor.
Mine is,
Just like
yeah,
your unwelcome
flashy
visit.
great minds.
I know you want to judge me, but I seek to save the Imperium. These organisms pose a huge threat. But if we could find a way to control them,
I like how we did enough damage to bring down that
just
tower.
think about the potential.
Whoa! Hi! Everyone loves cat girl credits? Yeah. Wave 3 out of 3. This should be the last group. And that big boss we fought a second ago was just because this thing filled up. This thing is just like the seasonal thing, not actually related to this event.